Hello everyone, Atrum here, and I am doing another Theros block draft. Some interesting options here, most of them in blue, which makes me kind of hesitant to jump in blue, because if I take like Dacromystic, I'm passing Hubris and Pin to the Earth. I don't like passing either of those. I'm going to try something strange and take Strength from the Fallen. See if I can get a draft work out of that. Okay, I could grab like a Grim Guardian or a Brain Maggot here. Kind of want to try the Grim Guardian deck. Brain Maggots could be reasonable. Just Hypnotic Spectre. Problem is, in this format, it could just get burnt out pretty easily. I'm going to take the Grim Guardian. Yeah, this could get interesting. So, let's see what we got going on now. Okay, I can take a Nyx Weaver. That kind of combines both of these strategies. Could get interesting here. Could get interesting. Looking at all my opponents, that's all. Yeah, I'll take a Nyx Weaver. We'll try something strange for a strategy for one. Alright. I could take Thought Render Lumia, or I could take like Krufix's Insight actually, but Krufix's Insight will wheel. That card, 99.9% of the time, will wheel. So I'm going to wait on getting that till it wheels. Because with Strength from the Fallen, Krufix's Insight becomes really powerful. So I'm going to actually grab a Deathbringer Lamia, or Lampheads. This is the Lamia. Yeah, Thought Render Lamia. I'm going to take Lampheads. Worst Fears. And Worst Fears to have to play that card. Actually, would that card be seriously awful? Likely seriously awful, but could be kind of funny to play. Or I could, just take like a Bastard Tower Archer and play it reasonably. Maybe it'll wheel. If worst, I will try picking up the Worst Fears and playing it. But only if it wheels. I'm going to take a Font for Delic here. Nightmare's End is a very reasonable card to pick up. It gives me some removal. Obviously, it'd be awesome if I got another Strength from the Fallen, but I doubt I'll see another one of those. It is a reasonable card, and it is a strategy you can play too, so chances are you don't see another one. Feast of Dreams. That card kind of will blow me out right now. Or I could take a Seder Grove Dancer, which is a reasonable green guy to pick up, but I'm going to take this Feast of Dreams. It's a pretty good removal spell. Dictate of Karametra or Aspect of the Gorgon. I've always kind of wanted to play this card. I know it's not a great card, but I kind of want to play it. Desecration Plague or Cast into Darkness. I'll take the Cast into Darkness. We'll try it. So far I've picked up almost exclusively enchantments. I'll take a Market Festival. Whatever. I don't like it, but I'll take it. So, obviously, hitting a Krufix's Insight here would be a reasonable thing to hit. Because of the cards I've taken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 get picked up by it. Thought Render Lumia. There's another one. Am I not going to get... Wow, if I don't wheel that card, I'd be very surprised. Someone else took a Krufix's Insight, but you, never play that card. Ever. Ever. Weird. I mean, I've seen it come around its 15th pick before. I've seen it. Alright, someone took a Krufix's Insight. Whatever. Okay, well, it's not the worst for me. It's awkward, but it's not the worst. Probably don't want Market Festival. It's going to be hit or miss whether or not I take the Dictate of Karametra and play it or not. Probably don't, but you never know. Bit of it first, so that's something to consider. Ooh, Raised by Wolves or Fairies Band Raiders or Satyr Wayfinder. I'm gonna hope to wheel the Wayfinder. I'm gonna take this Raised by Wolves. I'd be perfectly fine wheeling any of these three guys, so any of those three would do fine for me. But Raised by Wolves is just pretty dang good. So, and I can pick up a next board move. So, that's good. Definitely got a constellation theme going on here. Okay, I get a choice. Grave Robber Spider's probably the pick because I'm green-black. Fairies Band Tromper, pretty dang solid. Satyr Wayfinder, pretty good in my deck, especially once I pick this up. Karametra's Favor or Way to the Underworld, also good cards, but I'm going to pick up a Grave Robber Spider. With Nyx Weaver and Grave Robber Spider, that works out pretty well for me. Probably can throw what... This can only be used once, right? This probably just goes there. It's not really the effect I want to be playing. I don't necessarily care to give my opponents everything. So, yeah. Okay, I don't really care for any of this junk. It's all blue and red. Culling Mark's just bad. I guess I could take Necrobite. Can be used kinda as removal. Okay, I can pick up another Nyxborn Wolf. I'm fine with that. I don't think I play the Necrobite, but I'll leave it in for right now, just in case. Alright. Aspect of the Hydra, I guess, is playable in my deck. Cool thoughts. They make this guy get bigger. So whoever has Raised by Wolves, you could even enchant a Nyxborn Wolf with Raised by Wolves, because it's for each wolf. So it'd get +1 for itself and +1 for the other two wolves it produces. Interesting indeed. Okay, Snake, Pregrination, or Nessing Demolock. I like all three of those. Demolock is likely a 3/3 that blows up a land, but could end up being a 6/6 for 5. Snake is likely a 4/4 that gains you life, but could be a 7/7. But again, the problem with these is it's whatever you need when you don't need it. I'm going to take the Demolock, though. I like it a little bit better. Okay, Way to the Underworld. That's a nice, reasonable pickup there. Need to pick up more creatures, obviously, but we'll work on it. Decisions. I don't quite know what to be doing with all this. It has a solid theme to it. It's kind of graveyard based. Probably Cast into Darkness, actually. Okay, Satyr Wave. All three of the cards I wanted to wheeled. Think I want to pick up the Satyr Wayfinders, though. I feel like those are what I want to pick up. Although this card just wins games, too. Pick up Satyr Wayfinders. I'm losing out on those, but... yeah, I'm going to take the Satyr Wayfinders. Okay, I guess it's something huge to have at the top end. I can pick up another Satyr Wayfinder. I think having two I figured since the first one wheeled, the second one might, and having two Satyr Wayfinders is actually not bad for my deck. Sure, it's going to mill me a bunch, but, I mean, if I could pick up maybe even like a Rescue from the Underworld. By the way, I'm never playing her. But if I could pick up like Rescue from the Underworld in the next, it might be something worth using. And there's pretty much junk at the end the pack, which is kind of how you expect it. So take the junk, throw it in the sideboard, ignore it. Alright, so now we're looking for some good green or black enchantments to come around. Also creatures. Creatures are important. I clearly don't have enough of those yet. I only have 12. So I want like 15 or so creatures. That's kind of what I've noticed format. So, ooh, Agent of the Fates. I can target him with like Aspect of the Hydra, Necrobite. Could even technically Nightmarish end him, as long as it doesn't like kill him. Raised by Wolves works out really well with him. I think he's probably the pickup. He's also, just got straight up Death Touch. There's also Erebos' Emissary, which is really good. Passing a Hopeful Eidolon's a pain in the butt. I can hopefully pick up some of these Commune with Gods, because those are going to work nicely in my deck. But I'm going to take the Aiden. Okay, there's a Nylea Emissary and a Leaf Crown Dryad. I'm going to take the Emissary over the Dryad because, well, I need more good later game stuff. Dryad's pretty decent for me, but I'd prefer the Emissary. Okay. Farika's Cure is something. Colossus of Akros is something, but you can never actually expect to play that card, can you? I mean, when are you going to have 10 mana to just go, monstrous! Boom! I win the game. I don't know. Seems awkward. Farika's Cure is a removal spell. Feral Invocation's probably not a bad idea either. Probably Farika's Cure. I'm going to take the Farika Cure. Okay, there's a Rescue, like I had wanted. There's also a Sip of Hemlock, which is really powerful. But I think with this deck, I'm going to Rescue because I'm going to be kind of milling myself a bit. Okay, I can still pick up a Leaf Ground Triad. That's right. That's pretty good. So let's start taking out things that I'm probably not playing. The Hydra is probably really hit or miss for me. I will play that. Instant Speed Destroy or Sorcery Speed Exile. Scries. It's actually probably not bad to play in this format. It's enough stuff that it kills. I can probably take out this Archetype of Endurance. I really don't think I need that thing. So there's just 2 more cuts to work on right now. So it stands... really don't know. Okay, Staunch Hearted Warrior is a reasonable pickup. And then there's one of the Commune with Gods. Okay, there's going to be cuts to make, obviously. The cuts will be, but there are going to be cuts to make. That's another just straight up reasonable removal. I only really want one piece of enchantment removal in the main deck. If I go up against the heavy enchantment player, then I can have the other. Fleshmad Steed or a Returned Centaur? I'm going to take a Returned Centaur. So I got a very reasonably graveyard themed deck here. Does this work? Target player mills 4. So it doesn't have to mill me. Throw that in there. So I curve out to 6. Currently I have 17 creatures, so I can cut a few creatures. Okay, just throw some stuff in the side and just ignore all that stuff. Okay, so with this as it stands, I have to make 6 cuts more or less. One of them is going to be either Artisan's Sorrow or Fade into Antiquity. I think I'm going to cut the Fade because it's sorcery speed versus instant speed. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut Fade. Let me sort things so that creatures over spells over non-creatures, I suppose. Dreams I want to play. I think be a sideboard if I go up against a quick aggro deck. Mind. Way to the end. I don't know about yet. I think I'm cutting that. So this is currently 26 cards, how it looks, I think. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, the 26 cards, this is 26, how it would look. Maybe since I'm milling myself a lot, I want to have a larger deck. That's always the awkward point when you're like, am I milling myself to the point where I need to make certain my deck is larger to stay alive? If I add 3 non-creatures, I would probably go up to a 45 card deck, right? That'd be 19 lands. 44 at 18, or 18 lands maybe? I'm never a huge fan of having the larger than necessary deck. Maybe I just cut some other stuff. Let's see what we can cut. Okay. Agent of the Fates works well with things like Rescue, I think? No, it doesn't work with Rescue, because it's you just sacrifice a creature. You don't target the guy you're sacrificing. Unfortunately, I don't really have that many ways to... Well, wait. I got Nyxborn Wolves. I have a Leaf Crown Dryad. I have Naylia's Emissary. Actually, if any of these two gets a cut, it's probably the Staunch-Hearted Warrior. But the Staunch-Hearted Warrior is still just as powerful. Kind of like having the top end where it is. Maybe I can cut this Thought Render Lumia. When it enters the battlefield, or another enchantment enters the battlefield, your opponent discards a card. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ways to activate that. Could be quite a bit of advantage over your opponent by the long run, but it's such a late game card. I think it gets the cut. At which point there's only 2 more cuts to make. Perhaps 1, since I'm running Font of Fertility and Double Wayfinder, so I don't really need quite as many lands. At that point, if I only am cutting 1 more card, what would I cut? Maybe the Bastard Tower Archer? Yeah, I think Tower Archer. We're going to submit with a 16 land deck because I have Double Wayfinder and I have Font of Fertility. Or maybe it's just cut the Font of Fertility. It's probably cut the Font of Fertility and run Bastard Tower Archer over it. I'm going to do it like that. Okay, so this is the final deck. So basically I got 15 creatures, Sedge Scorpion, Tower Archer, Double Wayfinder. I have 4 Bestow guys. I have 2 Heroic guys with only the 4, 5, potentially 6 if you really want to. 6 ways to trigger it. 7, I guess, if you're going to trade off this guy for something bigger using weight. Actually, 8. Plenty of ways to trigger him, actually. Grim Guardian can make my opponent lose somewhere between 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 life. So it's reasonable. It's not bad. I'm going to submit it, and we'll see you all in round 1.